Sustainability is at the tip of everyone's tongue, and for good reason. If it's not, it should be. Now, did you know that a tap that is leaking at a rate of just 1 drip a second could waste more than 12,000 litres of water a year?
Absolutely
that is crazy.
Gee, indeed. Now, as you can see, it all starts with the little things. Now, even your morning cup of coffee can make such a big difference. Now, to tell us all about Nespresso's commitment to a more sustainable future, we are joined by the company's global coffee ambassador for the Middle East and African region. It's Yassir Corpataux, and he's all the way from Dubai. Brother, how are you doing this morning?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me again. I'm truly happy to be back. Molweni, everyone. Molweni.
Molweni, right nice. Back at you. You can hear in the background that I am making myself a cup, so I hope you don't mind. I just needed to settle in properly.
Please enjoy your cup. I have mine.
I'm so glad. I had no doubt that you would. Thank you so much again for connecting with us. I think Ryle and I have become so passionate about this side of what Nespresso does because we've been lucky enough to have a front row seat to really know the extent that you as an organization go to. You've got an incredible goal set. You want to achieve carbon neutrality by 2022. That's not a long, far way off now. Next year, in fact. How is the company going to achieve this lofty goal?
That's a really interesting question, and thank you for asking it. First of all, I think it's important to remind everyone of what those carbon footprint means. So that the carbon footprint is the amount of carbon dioxide released into the air because of our energy needs. So in everyday life, you need transportation, electricity, food, clothing, and other goods. So it is also true for the coffee industry, but at a larger scale. So what is really interesting in this process is that all our choices make a difference. So Nespresso will achieve carbon neutrality through 3 major initiatives, which are the reduction of carbon emission, the planting of trees in and around coffee farms where Nespresso sources its coffee, and through support and investment in high-quality offsetting projects.
Oh, no, I absolutely love what you guys are doing, and the work has already started now, I believe. So, Yassir, what has Nespresso done so far already to kind of protect biodiversity as well as our beautiful nature that we have?
So, in the cultivation of coffee, the answer was simple: trees. So, you see, coffee as a plant is a forest species. So, it's clear that a forest model is the ideal ecosystem for planting coffee. But in most of today's cases, coffee crops are still planted in full sun system, which considerably depletes soils and groundwaters. So that's something that's extremely interesting, because trees are man's best friend and the only way forward if we want nature and agriculture to thrive in harmony. So just on this point, what's really interesting is that all the agroforestry projects that are being designed, they are being designed and developed by the coffee farmers and their organization. So Nespresso assists them technically, but they choose and plant the trees. They maintain and monitor them and also replant the one that dies. So they will actually plant only native or fruit trees and with a diversity in varieties. So they do not use any chemicals to fertilize the trees. On the contrary, the trees will actually naturally nurture the soil. Trees are one of the best investments you can make on earth. They cost just a few dollars. They take only a few minutes to plant, and they will generate multiple economic and ecosystem services for many years, and that for free.
Yes, yes.
I mean, there are so many key points out there. I think harmony was the one that really rings true for me. And I love the fact that you are, as much as you're investing in the sustainability of the model when it comes to biodiversity and the actual farming practices itself, the same applies to the human capital, to the farmers, to creating sustainable, long-term financial safety for them as well. So it's a complete, excuse the pun, ecosystem that keeps growing and developing. So now that we know what the company is doing, and we're amazed at that, I'm going to put you on the spot now. What are you doing personally, now that you've been exposed to so much knowledge? What are you doing to live more sustainably this year?
I'm always trying to buy products that come with a biodegradable packaging. That's one of the first, I would say, focus I have when I do my groceries. I also took a decision a few years ago to eat less meat. We know the production of meat is one of the biggest contributors to climate change, and I'm trying to help reduce the impact this particular industry has on Earth. And obviously, for me, I'm not going to lie. My mindset towards sustainability has been greatly influenced by my 14 years of career at Nespresso. And I'm naturally aligning myself with its core sustainable values.
I got to say, we are doing exactly the same thing, my friend. Over this period of lockdown, it's been amazing to see how people have changed their mindset around waste, around what we can do to be less impactful and reduce our own individual carbon footprint. So many trigger points that you guys as an organization are helping to inspire. It's always such a pleasure to connect with you, my friend. Thank you so much for inspiring us and for just bringing us that smile from the other side of the planet. It's so good to connect with you and to see what you as a company are doing to protect the future for all of us, for our entire planet. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Booty. Thank you so much for having me again, and I hope you're enjoying your cup of coffee this morning.
I really am. It's a Cape Town lungo, if you're wondering, man, because we've got the best coffee down here.
Good
awesome.
choice.
I absolutely love it. Now, gee, from what I've learned, I've got to be honest, man, the effort that goes into producing the perfect cup of coffee, it's impressive in itself, but the effort put into creating a more sustainable world, it's just truly remarkable. Now, this means that this cup of coffee doesn't just make me smile, but Mother Nature smiles too.
Love it.
Cheers, brother.
Boy.